Hi, I'm Nicholas Burtner with School of Permaculture, and I am in an amazing natural building house right now, north of Santa Barbara. And we have shown some composting toilets before, but this one is high end. And so if you're a permaculture designer or a design consultant, you know, people are just different. Some people are just awesome with just a 5-gallon bucket. Some people are going to say, hey, look, you know, I kind of don't want to be involved in the, you know, the kind of the operation of how a composting toilet works. So with me again today is Guner, and let's see if he's finished up. Hey, Guner, you in there? Yeah, we're coming in, man. Come in.
Oh. Sorry, I didn't hear you. Let me finish up here. All right. Let me just flush. All right. Welcome. Welcome. You ready to talk shit? Come on in. Come on in. Here we have, let me gather my wits. This is a Sunmar composting toilet system that is off the shelf, standard, yet not super common, and we're curious why. It works great. It uses a toilet common to boats and RVs, so it has a water barrier, and that's one of the biggest concerns I hear when I ask general public what their concerns are regarding composting toilets. And it's not having that water barrier, which creates the not only for potential smells, potential flies, or any of those things. Having a water barrier kind of cures those issues. And so these toilets they're referred to as micro flush toilets. It uses just a very little bit of water, so it gives you that water barrier. It's just a simple foot pedal. None of the composting happens inside, it happens outside. So it's a standard standard pipe going right outside, and we're going to take you outside and show you how I did it on the outside. You can see small amount of water, about 2.5 inches of water in the bowl. So after use, press this foot pedal, boom, opens up, shoots a little bit of water down. Just gotta warn the kids not to just stand on that foot pedal, because it will keep dumping water down. And it is compost, so it wants to be that perfect moisture content.
Yeah, if you need to clean up or something, man, we'll meet you outside.
Thank you. I need to wash my hands.
So what do we got going on out here, Gunner?
That's the bathroom right in there, and the unit, the toilet's right there behind that wall. So short pipe, the shortest distance the better, you know. And this is the unit is in here, and we dug it down into the ground. So we had the fall. You might have noticed the toilet was a bit of a throne, a little bit high. That's because I was tired of digging a hole. So it's already a hole, I didn't want to dig it too much. So in here, I'm gonna crawl in there, assuming you can hear me all right. Sunmar composting toilet, it's their large capacity. They rate it for 6 people for continuous use. It basically has a fan that runs 24/7, super quiet, it's running right now. Basically has a air intake through the back and pumps the air out through the top, and that goes out a vent stack above the roof. So that runs 24/7. Optional are heaters down on the bottom, and they're basically they function as leachate evaporation trays. So this does require being somewhat in tune with your shit. You gotta hop down here, you gotta see what's going on. It's like having a successful worm bin or successful compost. Comes down to moisture content, temperature, all those things. So I don't recommend it for someone who has a client who doesn't want anything to do with this. You got to have some involvement. It also requires, and there might be upgrades, this is an older unit, it does require a hand crank. This turns a drum inside there where the material is turned. What also happens when you do this turning is the material shifts through this unit, eventually landing in a finishing tray, which is this gets taken out. You can see it's empty, and it's actually it hasn't filled up yet. This unit's relatively new, maybe 4 months. So 4 months of continuous use, we don't even have any finished product yet. That's how successful it is at breaking down.
Very efficient.
Now, I did something that the manufacturer kind of freaked out about. I called him and I said, how do you feel about putting red worms in this? And, oh, I don't know. I'm like, are you joking me? Red worms are like the most successful way of composting human waste. And so I dumped 1,000 red worms in there, and they are the happiest red worms you've ever seen. And I think that has a big part to do with the success of not seeing anything in the finishing tray yet. They're in there and they're as happy as can be. And they like the right moisture content, the right temperature. So I kind of judge it, you know. If the kids put a little too much water in it, I'll turn on those auxiliary heaters. The leachate kind of drops down to the bottom. The other thing that I didn't mention is adding some type of sawdust type material. So they recommend doing that regularly. Every 3 days or so you're adding some sawdust type material. And that's it. It's pretty easy.
So there it is. So when we look at other composting toilets, almost all of them, I mean, we're just going to speak real here, they'll have a faint smell, just faint as can be. This is the first one I've seen with 4 months of continuous use. Inside the house, absolutely zero smell. So that's good to know. So you guys rock. Thanks, Gunner. And look, I completely feel good holding his hands right now. We'll give you his contact details in the show notes, and make sure to check out schoolofpermaculture.com. Come take a course from us, hire a consultant, and know that the proceeds from both of those go to our Aid to Orphanage program. You guys rock. Keep composting toilet happiness. We love you, and we'll see you next time. He's like got his like pants around his ankles right now. That is gonna be hilarious. Okay.